JJ Jinx, Truck Stop Knives. You know, coming home to seeing one of these on your stoop, it feels a lot like having a dog that's glad to see you're coming home. Except you don't have to feed it, and it doesn't shit everywhere. So, it's been a while since I've done an unboxing. So, here we are. I ordered a bunch of stuff, as usual. I don't remember everything, but I did something a little bit different than I usually do this time around. Since I got that big plastic container that I'm storing my really big knives in, it's in a different video. You should watch it. I decided, well, why not get some swords? So I got a mystery sword package in here. That's why the box is so long, and it's heavy as fuck too. And of course I got one of the regular, I think the $25 mystery package, I don't remember. And then a couple of other things too. So to open up this beast, I'm going to show off a knife that I highly recommend, the Mora Companion. This one is in the construction orange. Mora Companions, any Mora knife really, is pretty great. They're very high value in that they're cheap. I think the most you'll pay for one of these is $20. You can find them a lot cheaper online if you look around. I love the highly polished steel, the very rubbery, grippy handle. These are made to be abused. Okay, anything that you use in the ocean, on the seas, or in a lake, it's a filleting knife. You prepare fish with it. And they make a whole range of them. People use these. You can use it for bushcrafting. They're made so that when they rust out and they're useless, buy another one. It's cheap. And I love the sheath too. It's all one piece, hard plastic, well, soft plastic really. And the clip has like a barb on the end. It ain't going anywhere. There's a little hole in the bottom, so if water gets in there, it just comes right out. It's an excellent sheath, in my opinion. Anyway, let's just get started. I do love doing this. Wow, it's still going. It's also very sharp, which you kind of want in the knife too. The Mora Companion. Full name of the company is More. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced Moraniv. It's made in Sweden, and I've heard Swedish people pronounce it something like Morakniv or something like that. I don't know. Okay, right off the top, packing slip. Ooh, we got a new catalog. Not really sure which. It usually has like the month on it, but I think this has got to be the December issue because it says order by December 20th, and here we are in mid-January. But on the front we have a bug out bag that you can get for $50, and they fill it with stuff. That sounds neat. Maybe I'll do that sometime. Oh boy. Kissing Crane Christmas knife. I might be getting one of these. I don't know. But this is for 2018. So I think the 3 other ones I have are from 2016. And a crossbow. On the back we have Lucille. All right. There's a lighter knife. I might get one of those, actually. Anyway, it's the Budk catalog. And paper. Oh my goodness, this thing is full to the brim. Holy crap. Did I order all this? Okay, well, there's one right on the top that I'm not going to show today. I'm saving it for a special video. I guess, let me just jump right in. Look what I found right on the top, loose. Kissing Crane. What's in it, egg? No, I might have ordered this separately. I don't remember. Yeah, okay. So, this is something I ordered on its own. It's a black mini sod-buster. I ordered it because I have the yellow mini sod-buster and the orange mini sod-buster and the fake pearlescent mini sod-buster. And I saw they make a bunch of these now. and so I got the black one. I actually really like these knives. They're really simple slip joints, so it locks into place, but you just fold it back together. It's like kind of like the blade on a Swiss Army knife. These little knives are actually pretty solid, and I think they're kind of handsome. It's a pretty classic blade shape, the mini sod-buster. So now I can add that one to my stack. Other item will be this giant Death Before Dishonor 2-pack Warehouse Hounds 2-piece set. There's a Special Forces skull with blood dripping out of his jaw, and on his beret there's a little patch that says SOA, Sons of Anarchy, I guess. And that same logo appears on the sheath. As you can see here, it's kind of raised and rubbery. There's 2 pockets in this sheath. This is eerily similar to the Red Guardian in that you got the shoestring wrapped around this part. You got the low ride pocket clip, which is the one I prefer. The handle material feels like plastic, and they have these holes cut out through this notch for some reason. And there's some kind of a patterning on it to give it some grip, I guess. And there's a flipper tab that says China on it. Let's try it out. It opened. It didn't open too fast. Now, interestingly, on the other side of the flipper tab is the number 215. I don't know if that means it's a limited release or if it's a model number or whatever, but it says Death Before Dishonor with another slot cut out the top and some jimping that goes like halfway up the blade. Holy crap, what's that all about? Got a little bit of jimping here. And it is a black painted drop point blade. Wow. As far as the lockup goes, that thing didn't move anywhere. It's like right on the edge. That ideally should be coming out a little bit more. I'm afraid if I hit the blade like this, it might just swing shut. Let's see what happens if I really flick it out. Okay, now it went a little bit further. You can see that through my hand. And that's a much more solid lockup. But it doesn't achieve that with its actual like native flipping assistance, which is a sign of bad quality. Returning the small one to its sheath, we now move on to the larger one. Now the sheath itself is nylon riveted in a couple places and sewn with kind of a white thread, so it's stylish. And what do you got? I think what stood out to me kind of right away is that it's huge. It's like a machete. There's not much of a hilt to it. So you just kind of hold it like this. It's pretty comfortable. There's some ergonomic finger grooving, and it is resistant to movement. It's rubbery. So that's good. It's a fixed blade, but it's got a screw where, I guess it's not a pivot screw. I guess it's not full tang. It's got a pretty generous choil here, which it's kind of no, it's not a good choil. So the choil is on the flat part of the blade, and then when you get to the sharp part of the blade, it ends. That's a strange design. And then there's some, those aren't serrations. They're there for looks. It's to make this knife look like something took a bite out of it. There's also some jimping here, which is inaccessible, to my hand at least, if you have a thumb that's like twice as long as mine, or if for whatever reason we wanted to hold it like this, then it's there. Okay, yeah, and, that is the, what was this called? The Death Before Dishonor War Hounds Sons of Anarchy 2 set. Good start. Good start. I'm happy so far. Bag of silica. Don't eat it. Just gonna jump right into the next giant thing. This is so big I have to put it on my shoulder. An NRA tactical safe knife, and safe is an acronym. Stands for Survive, Advance, Fight, Endure. And apparently this is sponsored by the National Rifle Association. NRA Tactical. Oh, there's words on the back too. This 13 3/4 inch survival knife, it's a bit excessive, offers an 8.5 inch stainless steel sawback blade that doesn't play around. A survival kit fits in the slip-proof checkered grip handle and is kept waterproof with a screw-on cap that is also a compass. It's a Rambo knife. Hell yeah. It's got matches that won't light. Includes polymer sheath with ABS liner to keep the blade from cutting through. Now, my experience with those types of sheaths, where basically it's plastic with nylon on the outside, is that they rattle a lot. So hopefully they don't mean like behind enemy lines survival, but from the looks of it, you know they're going for that. A cartridge holder stores rifle ammunition in an emergency storage compartment built into the sheath liner, ensuring you'll be ready for anything. Wow, it's like a little white terrorist kit. It comes with a little catalog for M48, so this is, I guess, M48 made, NRA sponsored. And here we are. This thing is massive. Looks like they're giving you a generous amount of shoestring. Yeah, that's not paracord. And the clasp mechanism I recognize from another M48 knife, but more on that later. Let's just have a look at this beauty. That's a thick piece of steel. Look at that. And this kind of crosshatch jimping style I've also seen before. It is sharp. I mean, I haven't really tested it on anything, but I imagine it will saw through stuff. Maybe. I don't know. The blade itself, it looks kind of dirty to me. Maybe they're going for, like, I don't know, a distressed look, but it didn't take too well. Handle has a rivet, or has something that's like going all the way through, I guess, to hold the handle on to the blade. That's a guess. The handle material itself is a heavy, dense plastic, but it's not very grippy. So they've got the knurling on the handle, which I guess is supposed to help. And a little slip that your thumb fits into, so it's a bit big for me. I don't have huge hands, but if you do, this might be comfortable. Oh yeah, we gotta look at the NRA survival kit in the hilt. Screw. Ooh, it's spring loaded. Okay, that just popped right up, like R2-D2 giving Luke Skywalker his lightsaber. That was the first take. So it's got the little compass that most likely don't work. The lightsaber capsule. Let's see if there's anything inside. There's something in there. Yeah, it's your usual safety pin, fish hook, matchsticks. I'm not going to bother taking it out because I'll have trouble getting it back in. The best thing about this knife is the spring on the inside that causes this thing to pop out. If I'm out in the woods, I got my fire built, I got my shelter built, and now I'm just bored, this will keep me entertained all day until I lose this thing in the woods. Okay, now I'm very curious about this cartridge thing that they said was a hidden compartment in the sheath, is what it said, right? Let's see. Well, there's like a something here. Does that come out? Oh, okay. So the compartment is basically, there's this lid that's held on through this strap. You uncap it and it holds, I guess, 4 cartridges. No springs. That would be kind of funny. You pop this out and the bullets could fly up and you try to catch it in your breech. Yeah, try bringing that on an airplane. Okay, the spring-loaded NRA knife. And it's hard to see, it's so black. It's got the NRA logo on it. I personally am not a fan of the NRA. I try not to get political when I do these things, but having an NRA, now a proud owner of an NRA product, I do want to say that I do not endorse them. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know how to get this thing back on, so I'm just going to, yeah. Don't need the silica. Has anyone actually eaten the silica? Like, is the fact that there's a warning label on those little packets mean that someone tried it? Was that like a bygone era version of the Tide Pod challenge? Well, I know that there's a whole generation of people who breathed that shit in West Virginia. But anyway, let's get this plastic out of the way. By the way, I think these things are part of my mystery package that's just not in this bag because it wouldn't fit. So, we got more coming. And I can already see, yeah, I'll just show you. Going, again, straight for the big stuff. This is a knife that just keeps coming back. No matter how much I try to say it's terrible, no good, awful, dirty, the Red Guardian. This knife truly is garbage. I mean, it's just a chunk of metal stamped out, slapped onto a plastic slab for a sheath, for a handle. And then they put it into this sheath that's just wrinkly, shitty nylon. And then they wrapped some true string through this. It's like, this is the kind of knife that Darth Vader would walk around with. Nobody wants a knife that Darth Vader would use. People want a knife that Luke Skywalker would use. People want the Blue Guardian. Now this is high quality stuff. Never mind that. This is the Jedi knife set. Oh my god. Wow, the Blue Guardian. I love it. Look at this really tough paracord incorporated directly into the handle for your convenience. Now the opening assist mechanism, of course, works a hell of a lot better. That was not scripted, by the way. That just happened. Quality control. And the big guy himself. Oh, yeah. You got the little knife condom. Bink. This is quality construction. Yoda approves. Of course, all of that was just kind of a joke. If you saw me unbox the Red Guardian the first time, then you'll know that there's no way I would want the Blue Guardian or like it. But I saw it on the website and I was like, oh my god, I had to get it. And kind of do a little spoof because my buddy Fishbulb, who was in the big Thanksgiving unboxing 3-part episode, fell in love with the Red Guardian. And I didn't give him too much shit about it. I was, here and there, I was kind of like, Red Guardian. You kind of using it as the example of what you don't want in a knife, of a knife that ain't good. But I did want to say, when it comes to taste, he's not wrong. I'm going to tell you something that 99.99% of knife enthusiasts, knife collectors already know, but nobody talks about it, nobody says it. Knives are for decoration. They're toys for adults. You could argue, oh no, man, they're tools. Yeah, you can absolutely use this as a tool, but let's be honest, you see a knife and you're drawn to it, you have an affinity for it, and you form your opinion and based on what you like. So if you are the kind of person who likes to get a knife that's got a dragon on the blade, you're doing it right. If you like the fantasy anime style of blade, you're doing it right. You don't have to justify your opinion. You don't have to justify your presence in the knife community because, let's be honest, nobody uses these as tools, okay? Now, if you are out in the woods and you are bushcrafting, most likely you're doing that on purpose. You don't have to do that to survive. You're not in the middle of the jungle like Rambo. But you're doing it because maybe you like bushcrafting. Maybe you like using whatever nature has laying around to survive. You're also doing it right. Or maybe you're a little bit more of a knife snob and you say, you know what, I only go for high quality, tight tolerance style knives. I only do Benchmade. I only do Marfion. You're doing it right too. Everybody's doing it right. So jackasses who will criticize you for your taste, just keep in mind that they're having a lot of fun. Just let them have fun. So I dedicate this video to Fishbulb and the Blue Guardian. And the Red Guardian. I wonder what other colors they're going to come up with next. Moving along, I got a repeat thing too. This is a 5-pack Molly buckle. I didn't really know what these were last time. I kind of figured it out though. They attach to Molly gear, and they are well, buckles, and they twist, so you can kind of put stuff on your Molly gear and arrange them in all kinds of different directions. I don't own any Molly gear yet. Maybe I'll have to get some now, but I can see why that would be useful, and now I have a crap ton of them. You know, sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, it's kind of hard to know how long do you wait until you get another mystery package, because you might get a lot of repeats. Well, in this case, I got a lot of repeats. This is the Desert Warrior Blade Assisted Folding Knife, sponsored by the United States Marine Corps. We've already got one of these from that big Thanksgiving opening. So now there's this repeat. But that's okay. It's gonna happen. So that was, I ordered that package in like October. So a few months went by and I got some new stuff, but I got some repeats. And I'm having trouble opening this. There's tape on it. Not gonna do that. Did that do it? It did it. Alright. So since this has been previously reviewed, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but we didn't really go much into detail in the first place. So the first thing I noticed is that there's a huge space, which is for all your blood and guts to flow through, and you can just hose it out. There's this metallic thing. I guess it's supposed to be jimping. I don't know, but you can see how much space is between the liners. It's enormous. And then a glass breaker, kind of a pyramid glass breaker. You got a hole for your shoestring lanyard. I don't know if this is assisted open or not, but the blade is riding on Teflon spacers, which is better than nothing, but it ain't the best. It's got the belt clip is kind of a sickle shaped. That's kind of unique. I haven't seen that before. USMC stamped out of it. It is a low riding clip, good tension. Oh, it is assisted open. That was weak. I don't know if you heard that, but it barely actuated. But the lockup is pretty good. You can see the liner went right to the center of the blade. That's right where it's supposed to go. So, I don't know. Maybe you break it in a little bit, and I'm kind of used to having the flipper on the side, but this one you just use the thumb stud, I guess. The hand feels pretty good. It has these ergonomic grooves. My fingers go to all the right places, and my thumb naturally goes to the jimping on the back of the blade. And it's one of those distressed black stone wash styles, which I like. I'm not a big fan of jimping. And it is made in the People's Republic of China. So, Marine Corps knife made in China. Go figure. There's a bunch of writing on the back of the box with a picture of a Marine and kind of a holographic seal. Department of the Navy, United States Marine Corps. It's just some facts and figures about the knife. 3 3/4 inch 440 stainless steel blade. 440 steel is Chinese cheap steel. Black stonewash blade finish, contoured aluminum handle. Oh, so that's aluminum. Okay. Aluminum's fine. It's lightweight. Conducts heat pretty fast. Handy pocket clip and glass breaker. USMC etchings on the blade. Wire cut clip. Wire cut clip. Wire cut clip. I'm not a Marine, so I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a Marine thing. Okay, now I'm going to move all these big knives out of the way because there is a box within this box which contains the star of the show. I've never ordered a mystery knife box. I'm very excited about this. And I don't remember how many come in it. It's like 3 to 5, I believe. Oh, I missed one. Holy shit. Hiding behind the box. I ordered this on purpose. I remember now. I don't want to go anywhere in life without my survival machete. Made by Colombian Survival. Hey, I got a hat from them. Wow, look at this thing is great. It's like a saber handle machete. See your local knife dealer. For what? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be great. This thing, the entire spine looks like it's serrated. So it's a machete that you can use to deforest. Colombian Survival, but then it says United Cutlery, so I guess it's they work together. I don't know. Oh, this is fucking great. Oh yes, I'm happy. So the sheath, starting the sheath. Oop, catalog fell out. The very tip of the sheath is actually just a piece of pleather with the Columbia Survival logo emblazoned onto it. And, well, not emblazoned, it's sewn in. It's like a rubbery piece. You have a pretty generous belt loop and a snap. I can already tell that this handle material is quite rubbery, which is good. Oh my goodness. Wow. So you got a hole cut up here so you can like hang it on your wall, I guess. Look at these serrations. These are very evil looking serrations. And on the other side are a little, I don't know if you can see this, there's like oil spots on it. So yeah. The part of the blade where your thumb goes has this interesting patterning on it. This is actually, I guess the rubber piece is over a larger gray plastic piece, and then they just cut out these slots for grip. And the blade is bolted into the handle in 3 different places, and you got a little hole for your shoestring lanyard. This thing is heavy. It's fucking beast. I love this thing. Oh yeah. I lost the sheath. Oh, there it is. I would wear this into battle. Try not to saw through the sheath. That is a big motherfucker. Well, any more surprises? Now, we get the box within the box, which has the swords in it. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just going to dig right in. No wonder this box is so heavy. Okay. Some styrofoam somewhere in there. There is a sword trying to bust out of this little brown box. So, here we go. Sword number 1. I don't know what it is yet. Let's get this plastic off. Looks kind of like the machete, but without the saber handle. So the sheath is sewn nylon. Oh my. The sword is, it's like a medium length, I guess. I don't know. I might have seen these online on the website. It's got like a metallic or a neon blue blade. Hey, it goes with the Blue Guardian. And it's a sword with strange slots cut out. It's like a fantasy sword, I guess. And then there's this part which, do you hold it like that? Can you? Like a claymore? I don't know. There's lots of shoestring on the bottom. And all it says on it is China. And the tip of it is actually really sharp looking. And narrow. It's very narrow, so it's like a skewer. You can make a kebab on this. Alright, so I got my blue kebab knife, my Blue Guardian sword. Off to a good start. And let's see what that is. Oh, too much waste. See what this is. Okay. So the styrofoam is holding 3 swords together. So I don't know if they don't appear to be a set, but they're all katanas. Never owned a katana before. Okay. It's friggin' huge and red, and it's emblazoned with these characters. I keep using that word a lot. It's actually, this is wood, and these presumably Japanese characters are just kind of carved in. And then you have a raised piece right here with a hole in it so that you can tie it to your back, I'm guessing. Now the handle looks like it's white plastic wrapped up in this it really does look like shoelace material, but it's covering up something. There's like a golden thing in there, but I don't know what it is because the red stuff's covering it up. Anyway, enough talk. Oh, I see that, oh yeah, and also I don't know, I forgot what that's called, the hilt part is like a radial pattern of, I don't know if it's plastic or metal. So, the first thing I noticed is that above that you have this brass piece that the blade sort of sits in. And there's a strange wave-like pattern on the blade, which is as dull as it can be, which is fine. This is just a display piece, right? You're not going to go out in the woods and try to survive with this thing. There's oil on it. It came off of my fingers. I don't know what that is. It's like a dirty bunch of pubes or something on it. So I'm going to call this the red pube knife, the red pube sword. Or you could say it's the Red Guardian. Now the sheath has like a plastic piece that helps you guide the sword in. Okay. My first katana. Now, let's get my second katana, which looks a little different. It's red. It's more of a crimson or a burgundy. It's going to be hard to tell because it's also kind of polished. But there's a sort of metallic red hue to it. There's a accent at the end of it here. Bunch of string to tie it to something. Another Japanese character. I don't know what the important stuff is to point out on these things. And the hilt's a little different. You got this sort of clovered shaped deal. And the blade is exactly the same. It's got that wavy pattern in the steel. It lacks the pubes. But there are some imperfections in the blade. I can see there's a little bit of pitting. Oh, no, that's just grease. There's oils all over this thing. With a gold accent in the pommel. Oh, and a little, like, samurai warrior right at the bottom. So, like, when you send a letter, you can drip some wax on the envelope and... Sure. So this will be my... Oh. I don't know what to call this one. Hell, we'll just call this one the Red Guardian. That samurai was the Guardian. The Red Guardian katana. Alright, there's another one. Oh, this one is black. Black as night. This one has patterning on it that kind of looks like grass, weeds, like river grass, lake grass or something. There's a neat little accent at the end. I have no idea what that... It almost looks like a... the bunny mask from Donnie Darko. So, this is going to be the Donnie Darko knife. Sword, rather. Oh, and the hilt thing has, like, feathers and branches. And it's the same blade with the wavy metal design. Okay. And then that piece that sits above the pommel to hold the sword in also has kind of a strange pattern to it. It's like lines and dots. It kind of looks like the barrel of a revolver. I'm still going to call this my Donnie Darko katana. All right. And I guess that's it. So, I got a lot of good stuff, I think. I like that big machete. I liked the R2-D2 lightsaber spring-loaded knife. And I like the Blue Guardian. So, that, I believe, is that. This has been JJ Jinx, Truck Stop Knives.